Hi there. How are you? I've been having my challenges. I bet you have too. I have the next for you in a series I started on ETs. It started out something like ET 101. Well, this is ET's 104. Is it a light being or not? Recorded May 1st, 2010, third one of that day, and the Mayan day was one eagle. That's powerful. Okay, you might want to go back and listen to ET 103 if you want to get in the mood for this. Here we go. I know I've stirred things up a bit. I can feel the return flow of the energy as people are reacting to my sharing about ETs, about extraterrestrials. Let me say once again that I'm just sharing my experiences. I'm not trying to control you, to sway you, or anyone. I'm just giving you a heads up about what I found, what I discovered, and at some cost. These lessons aren't quite free. There's a price to pay for learning, and that's a good thing. It may not seem so at the time, or even for a while after, but upon further reflection, we can generally see the benefit and the blessing from anything, if we're in heart. This is not head stuff. So, to continue. To start with, as we first encounter any star beings, we are at a decided disadvantage. If we had all of our DNA functioning, along with all of our brain that goes with it, it would be another matter. But we don't, not yet. So they have abilities and conscious experience with dimensions to which we're still largely unconscious at this point. 1 point for them, none for us. So don't let appearances fool you. That's a main point. Many may not want to face this, to look at it, but it is quite possible for the dark ones, even a so-called devil, to appear in the form or guise of an angel, a light being. You know what tricks us here? It's that we so want to believe. We want to have these experiences. That's what makes us vulnerable. We've heard of other people having them, and we want them too. Well, on the one hand, that's natural. On the other, it's envy. But on the main hand, it's purely mental. Do you see this? It's all of the mind. It has that vibe, that energy. It's a mental way of perceiving things, to stay on the surface, to look at appearances. So do remember that as long as we're in mind, we're on their playing field. They can manipulate us there in ways that are beyond current belief, science, or understanding. That's just how it is. It's not that that's bad, just what is. Yet the answer to that is built right into us. It's heart. From the heart, our perceptions don't give them the ability to control. Our seeing is clearer, intuition is purer, and we are less subject to outer manipulation. We spot it much easier, partly because from within heart we are right with our contact point to source, to higher self. Your intent and how you've said it are very much in control of such situations. Did you know that? Do you still have some ego hanging on? Sure you do. I know I do. Come on. Do you desire to be a leader or to be thought well among your peers? That can be manipulated. It's a vulnerability. Come on. I'm no lily white. I've been manipulated and controlled. It's helpful, actually, because it holds up a mirror to self. It shows us where we need work. These are often deeply emotional and difficult seeings that we do from this level. Unlike so many preaching that it's all sweetness and light, my trek has shown me that every step of the way I must be willing to confront my dark side, my imperfections. These are brought out in our contacts with light, just as a sunbeam shows up all the dust motes in the air. So, it's not at all a bad thing to have been manipulated or controlled by the dark side for a while. Come on, we have all been, and for ages now, they're running the planet. No one's perfect, least of all me. Them's the facts. Like Eckhart Tolle says, it's simply and deeply vital to make peace with what is, to quit fighting it, as if our fighting things and refusing to believe what is does any good anyway, right? When we're unwilling to look at and face that which is, then it stops our own path in its tracks. It means we're in a hurry, and it means we're stuck in mind space, and there's no fixing that. You just can't get here from there. Sorry, it just is what it is. You find out your own way. I'll suggest I Am That by Nisargadatta as a good, solid primer for this, not for ETs, but for finding yourself. It provides a real mind shift, right up and out of mind if you're willing. None compels. So, bottom line is, don't be in a hurry to have experiences. Yes, they're great, but they're not nearly as important as learning to center down, as taking up your place in the kingdom of heart. Then, from that base, you explore like the king or the queen that you are. It's very different by far. You'd be amazed. Food for thought. Oh, and for pondering. Thought is useful. Pondering's better. I seem to have some kind of a PS here. Another thing that's important to recall is that the bad guys among them are in the minority, just like here on Earth. As above, so below also works for this. It's all fractal, and we can travel it in any direction. This is a bone thrown to the mind, I admit. The biggest thing you can do for yourself to level the playing field with these aliens is to be in heart. There, that's said, and it's huge. I know there are many who don't get this, don't quite hear it yet, but you will. Just register it now, that's enough. It's not subtle at all, but to the mind, it seems so. Just trust that one day this will hit you like the proverbial ton of bricks, and it will. Just be open. Close no doors. Thank you.